Hey everybody, happy Sunday to you. Buddy Monlock here. I'm going to sing some songs for you for the next hour, most of which will be my songs, but I might do a cover here and there. In fact, I'm going to start out with a cover song. It's one that John Prine wrote, but my old pal Nancy Griffith sang on one of her albums and many times in concerts. Yeah, it was hard to hear that news this week that Nancy was gone from us. She sure played a significant role in my life, and I sure am going to miss her. So I'll be doing a few songs today, sort of thinking about Nancy. And this is one of them. It's called "The Speed of the Sound of Loneliness" by John Prine. Come home late and you come home early. Come home big when you're feeling small. Come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. So what in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. I got a heart that burns with a fever. I got a worried and a jealous mind. How can love that lasts forever get left so far behind? So what in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. It's a mighty mean and a dreadful sorrow that's crossed the evil line today. How can you ask me about tomorrow when we ain't got one word to say? So what in the world's come over you? Have you done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I already got almost 30 people up there. That's great. Hi to Enrique in Spain and John Henry in County Sligo up in Ireland. And my brother-in-law Dan Hitchcock. Hey, Cliff. Yeah, hi from Hurricane Central, he says. Cliff's up in Massachusetts right now. But you're there seeing a little bit of weather. Let's see, I'll do this one. It's called The Leaving. On a sunny street, September day, she looked at her feet and she walked away. She measured time with a measured pace and made a broken line away from that place. She left it all when she left the note in the hurry hall where she grabbed her coat, caught on the hook, but she pulled it free. She gave a goodbye look and threw away the key. Where the sun splashed on the pavement, it left behind a rainbow smear. You could see the tracks where she came and went on the world's cheek like a joyful tear. With a grain of salt and a little luck, she stood up tall and she flagged that truck. The driver said okay, and he let her be. Took her all the way to Milwaukee. And then it's knock, knock, knock on her sister's door. She heard the lock standing on the concrete porch, but it's open wide with a dinner smell. Her sister said, well, I gave a little yell. Where the sun splashed on the pavement, it left behind a rainbow smear. You could see the tracks where she came and went on the world's cheek like a joyful tear. So when's the tale of leaving home? So starts the trail and the moving on. She puts her foot down, then the other shoe falls. It makes a different sound outside those walls. Where the sun splashed on the pavement, it left behind a rainbow smear. You could see the tracks where she came and went on the world's cheek like a joyful tear. Where the sun splashed on the pavement, it left behind a rainbow smear. You could see the tracks where she came and went on the world's cheek like a joyful tear. Well, this one I wrote with Max Maxon, Nashville songwriter and a Texas songwriter for a while, and now a Nashville songwriter again for a few years now, and a pal too. God bless you, Our Lady of Anesthesia. You're always there when I really need you. I love you and I hate you so, but you'll be with me when it's time to go. Life is fine in your domain, where nothing's lost and nothing's gained. For gains will just get lost again. Yes, life is good if you pretend. Note on the table, that's how I was told, as the bacon burned and the eggs got cold. She'd had enough of whatever we were. Seems she didn't love me, but we both loved her. Orange juice is good with breakfast and vodka. Every sad song by Frank Sinatra. An hour went by, then went by again. Ask me, not us. Finally sunk in. Then it all slowed down as time collapsed, and now just crawl into the past. The future waited uninvolved, then finally left. Problem solved. Problem solved. Tell me that she broke your heart. You can feel the damn thing fall apart. Is this how love's supposed to work? And what if I got to kill the hurt? Be careful when you make a wish. The easy way can be a bitch. I envy you, that might sound dumb, but at least you feel something. I'm just numb. See it all slow down as time collapsed, and now just crawl into the past. The future waited uninvolved, then finally left. Problem solved. Problem solved. Problem solved. All right, thank you. I'm saying thank you because Polly's holding up requests. She's behind the scenes there with her handy dandy yellow pad and Sharpie. And all right, I had a request for Crooked Scars here. From Charlotte. Hey to Stephen in Switzerland too. Boy, we're really an international audience today. This afternoon here in America, and this evening for you guys over in Europe. Watching the waitress's legs at the all-night diner, orders coffee and scrambled eggs, wearing faded blue Levi's that has seen better days, better times. He's got a half pack of Luckies and a pocket full jukebox dimes. The guy at the counter has done everything once, most things twice. He's played with them art cards and he's rolled them Just watch the lightning trace itself across the sky. We all know life leaves such crooked scars, don't it? Spends half his time trying like hell not to show it. I guess he flew to her like off to a flame. Looks like her memory's trying to burn him once again. I had the counter, he's smoking his last cigarette. It tastes harsh and bitter, but they haven't killed him yet. Smiles at the waitress, then he pays up his check and he leaves. The door gives a jingle and he brushes some ashes off his sleeve. We all know life leaves such crooked scars, don't it? Spends half his time trying like hell not to show it. I guess he flew to her like off to a flame. Looks like her memory's trying to burn him once again. Looks like her memory's trying to burn him once again. The guy at the counter. Cool. I'm going to wait on No Choice a little bit. I see Mud up there from Dan Sherburn. So I'm gonna throw Mud in right now. This is a song I wrote with Guy Clark. Guy's actually the one who introduced me to Nancy Griffith at the Kerrville Folk Festival. I think it was 1989 or 90, and I had met Guy there a couple of years before, and Guy actually, he's the one who really kind of got me going here in Nashville and introduced me to people and played tapes of mine for people. Things would have been very different without Guy Clark in my life, and I'll always be thankful to him. There's a film going around right now, made by Tamara Saviano, and it's called Without Getting Killed or Caught. It's starting to be out in some theaters, so if you see it in a theater near you, please go see it. It's a wonderful film. It especially examines the sort of complicated and very loving relationship between Guy and Susanna, his wife, and also Townes Van Zandt, who was their best friend. Go see that. Anyway, here's Mud. Guy and I wrote this together. Might do another Guy Clark song after this too. Down by the creek where the water goes slow, the greenback tearing the moccasin on. All things come to him who waits, yet he is lost who hesitates. Life and death dancing around in the mud. The light comes down through the limbs and the leaves and dapples the water between the reeds. The air tastes green, the bank gets soft. Right about then your shoes come off. You gotta get it between your toes, the mud. Mud pie, mud in your eye, mud on a snake bite, don't you die. You take a little rain, take a little dirt, you make a little mud, get it on your shirt. Earth and water make a mighty fine mix. Some say that was God's best trick. He went down to the creek to play, made girls and boys and laughed all day. Some say we're just crawled out of the mud. Mud pie, mud in your eye, mud on a snake bite, don't you die. You take a little rain, take a little dirt, you make a little mud, get it on your shirt. I die, please bury me down by this old muddy creek. Let the crawfish have their way. It's mud's mud and that's okay. We're all just slogging through the mud. Mud pie, mud in your eye, mud on a snake bite, don't you die. Take a little rain, take a little dirt, you make a little mud, get it on your shirt. Mud pie, mud in your eye, mud on a snake bite, don't you die. Take a little rain, take a little dirt, you make a little mud, wipe it on your shirt. Who's that from, Polly? Balela. All right. I got a request for postcard. Sorry, I'm confusing two songs here. Sarah Kills the Day, a song I wrote with Mark Germino, the great Mark Germino. This is off my Poetic Justice album. You can still get those out there somewhere. You can order them on iTunes. And you can write me and I'll send you one. Here we go. That's better. If I could reinvent the dust that made you up, the world would flow to you just like a river does. I see you smile at me, then drive on out of sight with someone you just met last night. If I could get them to agree to lose their doubts. I might just make your angels sing it out. His eye is on the sparrow, rendered high above the cleft. Something to really take your breath. But Sarah, the work of Thomas Edison escaped you. The deal is I watch you swallow this medicine when you're blue. And the nicest words you might say to me underneath that low jacaranda tree, I'm afraid, my friend, that you would likely say, let's kill this day. You left for LA in the fall of '92. I got your letters, they said nothing about you. But that was some party you threw on your sad return. You made it harder to crash and burn. Once as we watched the stars burn holes into the night, you said I've been trying to do that all my life. And then you turned and slayed me with a single kiss. I bet you don't remember this. Sarah, the work of Thomas Edison escaped you. The deal is I watch you swallow this medicine when you're blue. The nicest words you might say to me underneath that old jacaranda tree, I'm afraid, my friend, that you would likely say, let's kill this day. If I could reinvent the dust that made you up, this world would flow to you just like a river does. All right, the requests are streaming in. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to save I Count You My Friend and No Choice for the end of the show, so hang in there. I see one for Poetic Justice. I'll do that one in a minute. This is one, I'm going to do a request from me. I'm requesting I play this song. I've spent the last couple of years, every so often, getting together with veterans to write songs, and they've been really open with me with their stories, and I really appreciate that. This is a song I wrote with George DeShields, who was a fireman, firefighter in the Air Force for 21 years, and a fire chief later on. In a couple of different places when he came back stateside. And this is his story. It's called Unburn. What do you do when the phone rings? Some kid's mother says, here's the thing, it's all I got, are you listening? Gotta take care of my son. I'm carrying 80 pounds of gear, carrying that mother's fear, carrying carrying 120 years, for carrying way too much. I am a fireman, call me when it all hits the fan. I'll put it out, but understand, I can't make things unburn. That's a hard lesson to learn. When the horn goes off, I hit the pole, go spinning down into a hole. The illusion of control, that's all I'm asking for. But the fire don't wait for anyone. Everyone's some other's son or daughter, and what's done is done, and someone gets a call. I am a fireman, call me when it all hits the fan. I'll put it out, but understand, I can't make things unburn. That's a hard lesson to learn. I only ever meant to serve. I took the oath, meant every word. I yelled, "Kid out," he never heard. Now I'm picking up the phone. I am a fireman, call me when it all hits the fan. I'll put it out, but understand, I can't make things unburn. That's a hard lesson to learn. I can't make things unburn. That's a hard lesson to learn. Okay, wow. Nobody knows nothing in Canary's song. Okay, give me a minute. I'll catch up with you guys. This is a song that I saw this come up on the request sheet earlier. Tom Kimmel and I wrote together. I was really felt lucky when Tom invited me in on this song. He had big chunks of it written already, but he said he just couldn't seem to be able to finish it, and I was glad to be there for that. It's called Poetic Justice. So I was not the one you wanted. You can see I'm reconciled. Must you be so disappointed? Can you not carry on in style? Is it too much to say we loved hard till the world fell back in place and left us where we are? I feel like the king when the queen loses faith and the crowd rushes in to tear down the gate while the whole palace slept and I never rang the bell. Maybe that's poetic justice, but it's pretty hard to tell. When the fortune wheel is spinning, luck is fortune's dirty joke, and a player's chance of winning is diminished by his hope. Can't you laugh just running through our hands when we were on a roll. I feel like the king when the queen loses faith and the crowd rushes in to tear down the gate and declare what was mine I stole from someone else. Maybe that's poetic justice, but it's pretty hard to tell. It's hard to tell why the solid ground surprised us when we fell. It's hard to see. It's life or death, or just so many bitter words beneath your breath. Is it too much to say we loved hard till the world fell back in place and left us where we are? I feel like the king when the queen loses faith and the crowd rushes in to tear down the gate while the whole palace slept and I never rang the bell. Maybe that's poetic justice, but it's pretty hard to tell. I feel like the king when the queen loses hope and the crowd rushes in to praise the gallows pole and declare what they must do. I'm doing to myself. Well, if that's poetic justice, how can anybody tell? All right, let's see. Stranger in a Strange Land, I see, and The Kid. I'll do that one first for Stephen. Off in the Alps. I don't know if you remember this, Stephen, but I actually wrote this song in Switzerland. I had a Swiss girlfriend for a couple of years there, Sylvia. And spent quite a bit of time there, and she lived in a little town outside of Zurich called Ried. And it was surrounded by all these wheat fields and rolling hills. It wasn't in the really mountainous part of Switzerland. But I used to go for walks every day while she was off at work, and then come back and work on songs. And this is one of them. It's called Stranger in a Strange Land. Patterns forming in the wheat field, the random movement of the air, it changes the shape of the mountain. It touches his face, his hair. He is walking on the whispering hillside, sees the generation of white noise. He listens and he hears only static. He wishes he would hear a voice. Stranger in a strange land, he looks at his right hand, he looks at the lines there, but all that he finds there is a little bit of history and a great big mystery, tougher than burlap, but nothing like a road map. Stranger in a strange land. growing in the wheat fields. Oh, mathematics and straight lines, it changes the shape of the mountain. It touches his heart as mine. He is walking on the rumbling sidewalk. He sees the generation of white noise, and far too many faces are static. He wishes he would hear a voice. Stranger in a strange land, he looks at his right hand, he looks at the lines there. All that he finds there is a little bit of history and a great big mystery. It's tougher than burlap, but nothing like a road map. Stranger in a strange land. Stranger in a strange land. He looks at his right hand, he looks at the lines there. But all that he finds there is a little bit of history and a great big mystery. It's tougher than burlap, but nothing like a road map. Stranger in a strange land. Stranger in a strange land. Patterns forming in the wheat field, the random movement of fear. It touches his face, it touches his hair. He is walking on the whispering hillside. He is walking on the rumbling sidewalk. Stranger in a strange land. Stranger in a strange land. Okay, I see a couple more requests. Coming down the rain, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Daniel Byrne is asking for Postcard with Wheatfield. Seems like the logical song to play after that one. Although it's a tricky one, I have to warn you. I'll see if I can do it. I'm a little out of practice on this one, but I'll give it my best shot, Daniel. And thanks for asking for this one. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'm going to start that again. I may have to do it next time if I don't get it this time. No, I don't quite have those chords in my hands today, Daniel. Sorry about that. I'm going to do, I promised to practice it, though, for the next time and have it better, have it down. Hey, Jesse. See you there. I'm going to do this one, thinking about Nancy Griffith especially. Nancy recorded this song on her Other Voices, Other Rooms album. It was really big deal for me that Nancy was singing one of my songs, and especially to be on that album, where I was in company with so many other great songwriters. She only did other people's songs on that album. This is called Coming Down in the Rain. Flipped into the wind like the ashes of her cigarette. He got scattered and thin on the breeze as he tried to forget. He lost all his heat and his heart never will be the same. He got lighter than air, but he'll only come down in the rain. Strung out and hung out to dry, flapping under the line. It's not such a dignified place, but he really don't mind. He says with his feet on the ground, he'd have nothing to gain. Claims he likes it up there, but he'll only come down in the rain. Come down in the rain, washing out of the sky, loaded down with that pain. There's just no way to fly. You can read him as clear as the wall where he once wrote his name. It was right next to hers, but it'll only come down in the rain. Burning himself out on a limb like a leaf in the fall. He blazed for a while, now he's feeling all dried up and small. Well, the colors all gone, disappeared, they're as quick as it came. He says he can stay up, but it'll only come down in the rain. Come down in the rain, washing out of the sky, loaded down with that pain. There's just no way to fly. You can read him as clear as the wall where he once wrote his name. It was right next to hers, but it'll only come down in the rain. You can read him as clear as the wall where he once wrote his name. It was inside a heart that'll only come down in the rain. Hey, I see Margaret Tuddy is signing in from just outside of Ballymore, Eustace in Ireland. Hi, Mags. Whenever I'm over there, I always stay at least a night with her. She has a great B&B there, and I'm hoping to get back next year and do a group tour with whoever wants to come with, and also a concert tour while I'm there too. I really miss it over there. It's the first, well, I've missed 2 years in a row now, and it's been a long time since I missed going to Ireland in a year. Let's see, what else do I want to do here? This is one of my more recent ones, relatively. Close enough now. It's called Filament. Spotlight couldn't pin her down, she burned brighter. Radio tubes couldn't hold her sound, she burned brighter. Stars just fell in the river and drowned, she burned brighter. That was me in the wings, couldn't see that a filament is a fragile thing. She had talent from an early age, the little girl who sang everyone off the stage. She got groomed and she got signed. Did she mind? No one thought to ask her at the time, but the spotlight couldn't pin her down, she burned brighter. Radio tubes couldn't hold her sound, she burned brighter. Stars just fell in the river and drowned, she burned brighter. That was me in the wings, couldn't see that a filament is a fragile thing. Two hit records and a world tour, a bad girl image, the artiste du jour. I got hired on to mind the road, make sure she showed, so everybody got what they were owed. But the spotlight couldn't pin her down, she burned brighter. Radio tubes couldn't hold her sound, she burned brighter. Stars just fell in the river and drowned, she burned brighter. That was me in the wings, couldn't see that a filament is a fragile thing. She came to me once in Amsterdam, makeup running, she just took my hand, kissed me hard and said my name. All that pain, looking for an eye in the hurricane. Ambulance came to a stop, she burned brighter. Flashbulbs flickered, fried and popped, she burned brighter. The sun came up and my heart dropped, she burned brighter. That was me in the wings, couldn't see that a filament is a fragile thing. A filament is a fragile thing. A filament is a fragile thing. Thanks. Just want to remind you guys, or let you know if you didn't know already, that I'm on Instagram now. I'm gradually branching out into the modern world, and so you can follow me there too. Candy Pardon asked for a song before. Which one was it? Probably flipping back through her notebook there. Oh, there's a lot of requests she has to flip through. All right, I'm going to do this one, and then I'll do Candy's song next, whatever it is. I think if I can sing it. Yeah, what was I going to do? Oh, somebody asked for "I Count You My Friend." That might have been it, but if it wasn't, I'll come back to it. Oh, the kid. All right, I'll do the kid. Thank you, Candy, for asking for that one. do this without the thumb pick. This is a song I wrote a long, long time ago, but I haven't gotten tired of it yet. My friend Ethel Polk once came to a concert of mine, and I had played the song almost every concert, but I didn't play at that particular show, and she, afterwards in the parking lot, she gave me a good talking to, saying, "Buddy, always play your hit, and if I have a hit, this is it." I'm the kid who ran away with the circus. Now I'm ordering elephants, but I wake in the sawdust, dreaming I'm in a suit of light. Late at night in the empty big top, I'm all alone on the high wire. Look, he's working without a net this time. He's a real daddy fire. I'm the kid who always looked out the windows, failing tests in geography. I've seen things far beyond just the schoolyard, distant shores of exotic lands. They're the spires of the Turkish Empire. It's 6 months since we made landfall, riding low with the spice of India, through Gibraltar where rich men are. Thought we'd someday be lovers, always held out that time would tell. Time was talking, I guess I just wasn't listening. If you know me well, as we're walking toward the train station, there's a whispering rainfall. Across the boulevard, you slip your hand in mine. In the distance, the train calls. I'm the kid who has this habit of dreaming. Sometimes gets me in trouble. trouble too. But the truth is, I couldn't no more stop dreaming than I could make them all come true. All right, I got time for a couple more here. I had a request for this one earlier. This is a good one to sing along with at home if you're inclined. Yeah, I guess I'd be thinking about Nancy for this one too. She was a real inspiration to me. I was a great big fan even before she recorded my song, and I'm really sorry that she's gone. I'm really grateful to her too. It's called No Choice. Wasn't love so big that it filled his heart, till it swelled and finally burst apart? When the love spilled out, they called it art. We never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, never really had no choice. He was thinking that the pain came much too soon when he locked himself up inside his room. Oh, it hurt real bad to write that tune. We never really had no choice. There were some I could not understand when he built those castles with his hands, and he knew damn well they were only sand. We never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. Oh, we never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, never really had no choice. Sometimes a man, sometimes a boy. He made some music and he made some noise, but he felt his pain and he felt his joy. Never really had no choice. There was a beautiful fire inside of him as he balanced me out on that limb. Could have burned right through that branch so thin. Never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, never really had no choice. And they all talked about him when he died. They studied and they theorized, but when he was through, they laughed and cried. Never really had no choice. Wasn't love so big that it filled his heart, till it swelled and finally burst apart? When the love spilled out, they called it art. We never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, never really had no choice. We never really had no choice. A couple people, I think, at least one, have asked for this one here. This is about my Aunt Anna, my great Aunt Anna. is called My Aunt Anna. This is another one to sing along with if you feel like it. Damn those answering machines, 'cause that's how I found out that my Aunt Anna finally did what we'd all talked about. When I heard the message, I guess it was no great surprise, but we're one heart attack will do most people. For Anna it took 5. And she would kick up her heels on Michigan Avenue. She would dance all night, and when any of us were doubting ourselves, she told us we were alright. And it was my grandma's sister which made her a great aunt to me. Now I guess you usually only get 2 grandmothers, but I felt like I had 3. She could tell your horoscope. She once read my palm. Something's coming up in September. She was hardly ever wrong. And she would kick up her heels on Michigan Avenue. She would dance all night, and when any of us were doubting ourselves, she told us we were alright. She worked at the World's Fair in Chicago and the Merchandise Mart too. Lots of men asked Anna out, and she even married 2. Now the first was a little too fond of his mother, so that just didn't work out. The second one was an entrepreneur. That one knew what love was about. And she would kick up her heels on Michigan Avenue. They would dance all night, and when any of us were doubting ourselves, she told us we were alright. She had lots of stories, 'cause she had been around, and a new life was way too wonderful to live it sitting down. You must take some chances, she said. That's what I would tell you. 'Cause if you're too afraid of sorrow, then you'll miss the happiness too. And she would kick up her heels on Michigan Avenue. She would dance all night, and when any of us were doubting ourselves, she told us we were alright. And she would kick up her heels on Michigan Avenue. She would dance all night, and when any of us were doubting ourselves, she told us we were alright. I'm sure gonna miss her now that you've taken this ride, but I guess I'll also be carrying my Aunt Hannah here inside. I guess I'll also be carrying my Aunt Hannah here inside. All right, keep singing, you sing along at Homer's. This is one of those. I count you my friend. Nothing complicated about it. I count you my friend. Will this change? I doubt it. I guess I knew you all along, even though it ain't been long since we met. But something tells me I'm not wrong. Friends like you, I don't forget. Have you noticed how the light has changed? A little brighter every day now it seems. I'll tell you now, that's nothing strange. It looks that way when it's shining off dreams. I count you my friend. Nothing complicated about it. I count you my friend. Will this change? I doubt it. When the going gets a little rough and they're lining up to box our ears, we won't even show 'em our best stuff. We'll send 'em back and cry baby tears. When the beauty of this world won't sleep and it tries to wake us up and make us cry, we won't be afraid to laugh and weep. We'll be safe in each other's eyes. I count you my friend. Nothing complicated about it. I count you my friend. Will this change? I doubt it. I count you my friend. Nothing complicated about it. I count you my friend. Will this change? I doubt it. Will this change? I doubt it. Well, I still got a couple more for you. Hang in there with me if you can. I see Louise Taylor is on right now. Hi, Louise. It's been way too long since I saw you in person. And she asked for this one, Cats of the Coliseum. Louise and I sang this song together once at the Bottom Line. It was a Fast Folk show. Fast Folk was this wonderful bunch of people in New York who tried to put out a record every month. They usually got at least 8 a year out and a magazine to go with it. And some of my very first recordings were for Fast Folk Musical Magazine. And one time they put together a live show at the Bottom Line, and I got to be a part of it that time. And Louise was there too. It's called The Cats of the Coliseum. Cats of the Coliseum sit on the stones with the Coca-Cola cans and the dried pigeon bones, warming in the sun where centuries have slept. They are older than the ruins, they are no one's pets. cats of the Colosseum are finishing a meal. They are lazy in their grace. They are quicker than steel. They are innocent and wild, with faces none too clean. They will eat what they can catch. It will not disturb their dreams. On my trip to Rome, I visited the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican and St. Peter's Basilica. Saw a lot of nuns and priests there, and the Swiss Guard too, but the Pope was in Vienna. Threw a coin in the Trevi fountain, then I cabbed it over to the ruins of Theocora. Had a little trouble by the Colosseum, so I spent the afternoon at American Express. The cats of the Colosseum pose for photographs. They can feel a tourist's heart. They can make a tourist laugh. Their images will wind up far away as souvenirs. Their souls will stay with them, but even those for so few years. The cats of the Colosseum run away on two legs. The names are Raphael, Peppino, and Oleg. They are living by their wits. They will do the best they can. And my traveler's checks are gone in a 9-year-old's hand. On my trip to Rome, I visited the Sistine Chapel of the Vatican and St. Peter's Basilica. Saw a lot of paintings there and a statue by Michelangelo called the Peter. Walked the gardens of the Villa Borghese and I bought a cool shirt in a store on Via Salaria. Had a little trouble by the Colosseum, so I spent the afternoon at American Express. The cats of the Colosseum sit on the stones with the Coca-Cola cans and the dried pigeon bones, warming in the sun where centuries have slept. They are older than the ruins, they are no one's pets. Thanks for asking for that, Louise. Hope you're well out there. I got one more song for you. I'm going to end with this one. Nancy Griffith was nice enough to learn one of my songs way back when. I figured it was about time I learned one of hers. I'm going to put the words up here a little bit. So I'll leave you with this one. Seemed like we were coming out of everything recently, but with the Delta variant going around, please remember to wear your masks again when you go in the grocery store or anywhere inside where there's a bunch of people. Even if you are vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, I sure hope you would consider getting vaccinated. That's the way we're going to beat this in the end, is if as many people as possible get vaccinated. Coast Highway. He worked the rails, he worked through rice fields with their cool dark wells. He worked the oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. The only thing we've ever owned is this old house here by the road. And when he dies, he says he'll catch some blackbird's wing, and he will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring. She walked through springtime when I was home. The days were sweet, the nights were warm. The seasons changed, the jobs would come, the flowers fade. This old house felt so alone when the work took me away. When she dies, she says she'll catch some blackbird's wing, and she will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring. Highway 90, the jobs are gone. We tend our garden, we set the sun. This is the only place on earth blue bonnets grow. Once a year they come and go at this old house here by the road. And when we die, we'll say we'll catch some blackbird's wing, and we will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring. When we die, we'll see we'll catch some blackbird's wing, and we will fly away together come some sweet blue bonnet spring. Rest easy, Nancy. Thanks for all the great music you gave us. Thanks for all the help you gave me and so many others. All right, take care, you guys. I'll see you next time.